products, a comprehensive launch package has been assembled. The package includes everything you need to know to make your customers say wow, including videos, a launch guide, and a sales resource guide. But as you know, a successful launch depends on you. So I encourage you to carefully watch the videos and review the print materials. We're confident that the increased traffic in your department will result in higher volumes and income. I wish you great selling with the Apple product line, and I look forward to hearing many success stories.
Hello, and welcome to Apple Training. Our goal is to empower you with the information you need to assist your guests with their purchase decision. Today we will cover the Apple brand story and introduce you to iMac. We have provided you with extensive information in the iMac iBook Sales Resource Guide that includes product information, frequently asked questions, and exciting demos that can help you show your customers what makes the Macintosh a great computer for the whole family. In your resource guide and your launch guide are important support numbers for both you and your customers. Let's get started with some information about what makes the Macintosh and Apple different. There are currently 31 million Macintosh systems and 51 million Macintosh users. You'll find that the Macintosh users are fiercely loyal and very passionate about their computers. Apple has one of the highest percentages of repeat customers in the industry. Apple is the only personal computer company that develops both the hardware and the operating system. This enables Apple to seamlessly integrate these two ingredients to deliver the best personal computing platform on the planet. Why is this important? Simplicity is ensured. The computer works the way it's supposed to, and the way people expect it to. A great example would be when you plug in a DV camcorder via FireWire, you get a message that says the camera is connected, and it just works. When you're using a computer, you don't want to have to concentrate on how to use the tool. You want to concentrate on the task you've set out to do. Simplicity is not achieved by accident. It's the result of extensive research and effort and can be achieved only through a holistic approach to product design. The secret to great product design is simplicity is built in from the start. iMac represents the very best of what Apple does. Apple makes complex technology simple and available to everyone at an affordable price in a stylish, all-in-one package that's both easy and fun to use. Simplicity begins with taking your computer out of the box and setting it up. What customers want is an experience that's as simple as turning on a radio and as convenient as using a cordless telephone. Although they might not need it, your customers will notice that the setup guide has only 6 pictures required to get started. Absolutely no words, just pictures. The moment you power it on, you're greeted by the setup assistant, which welcomes you, gets you registered without any paperwork, configures your system for the internet, and before you know it, you're surfing your favorite websites and you're sending email to your friends.
Apple's innovative products are easy to understand and use. There are 4 product lines: iMac, iBook, PowerMac G4, and PowerBook. Now, as you can see, these lines include desktop and portable models specifically designed for consumer and professional customers. There are some common misconceptions about the Macintosh that we would like to take a few minutes to address. The most common misconception is that there is a limited choice of software available for the Mac. Now, since the iMac was introduced, there are over 8,000 new software applications for the Macintosh. All of the popular software available for Windows is also made for the Macintosh. A few examples are Microsoft Office, Quicken, WordPerfect, Lotus Notes, and of course all the great games like Myth, Quake Arena, and Pod Racer. Now, when you're walking through the software aisles, take a second look. Many of the software titles that you already carry are cross-platform or hybrid software. Look for the Mac software icon or the WinMac notation on the box. Over 17,000 products are made for the Mac. To discover more details on any of these products, the Macintosh Products Guide can be found at apple.com. The second most common misconception is that peripherals are difficult to find for the Mac. Now, by adopting industry standards like Universal Serial Bus or USB and incorporating FireWire, Apple has vastly expanded the number of peripherals that are offered for the Macintosh platform. Apple has integrated USB into all of its desktop and portable computers. Now think of it this way. USB levels the playing field for peripheral devices. USB devices available for Macintosh are identical to the devices designed for Windows-based systems. And did you know that the most popular USB peripheral software is already a part of the Mac OS? USB offers the ease of hot swappable and plug and play, eliminating any need to turn off or restart the computer when attaching a new peripheral. USB also offers simple connections, virtually unlimited expansion up to 127 devices per port, and great performance. Today, over 700 USB devices are available for the Macintosh. Everything from keyboards, printers, scanners, digital cameras, external drives, game controllers, and joysticks. Just plug in the USB device and off you go. Apple has also integrated FireWire ports into all of our professional products and our iMac DV models. Originally developed by Apple, FireWire is now an official industry standard. FireWire can also be referred to as IEEE 1394 or iLink. FireWire is one of the fastest peripheral standards ever developed, making it great for use with peripherals like DV and Digital 8 camcorders, digital still cameras, and hard drives. You can connect up to 63 FireWire devices simultaneously. And today, there are over 170 FireWire devices available for the Macintosh. Both USB and FireWire technologies offer incredible convenience through their hot swappable and plug-and-play capability. Again, the Macintosh Product Guide is a great resource for answering questions about hardware and software for the Mac. The next misconception is that PCs offer more value than Macintosh. Now, what do you say to a customer who compares megahertz to megahertz? It's important to remember that not all megahertz are created equal. Just like a small four-cylinder car running at 3,000 RPM does not have the same power as a large diesel truck running at 3,000 RPM, computers are the same. RPMs are not a measurement of horsepower, just like megahertz are not a measurement of computing power. When talking about value, it is also important to remember that what is built into a Macintosh. All Macintosh computers, even at the entry level, have 10100 Ethernet built in. This is great for cable and DSL modems, and all Macintosh computers are ready for airport wireless networking. All consumer and portable Macintosh computers have 56K V.90 modems built in. All have 128-bit graphic cards. All have USB ports. And the Pro and DV models have FireWire and DVD. So when you're talking about value with your customer, be sure they understand what is standard on a Mac may cost extra on a PC. The bottom line, speed, style, and simplicity is a better overall value.
Your customers may also want to know if Macintosh is compatible with PCs. The answer is yes. The most common question your customers will have is, if I have a PC at work and a Mac at home, can I bring my work home? And the answer is yes. Let's say you're using Word for Windows. First, get the file home using email, copy it to a zip, or if you have a super disk, copy it to a floppy. Then double-click on the Windows file, then it automatically translates the information, launches the Mac application, and that's it. After you're finished editing your document, don't forget to save it as a Windows file so you can take it back to work. AppleWorks, which is included with each iMac and iBook, includes 15 of the most common translators. Also available is a software application called MacLink Plus by DataViz. It's approximately $90 and it has over 900 translators. To run Windows applications on a Macintosh, Virtual PC by Connectix is emulation software which costs about $120. Occasionally, customers who have a large investment in Windows software and games will find Virtual PC to be a great solution for them. So next time a customer asks you if the Macintosh is compatible with Windows, you can confidently answer yes. Why are customers buying Macintosh? Internet access and simplicity. We've already addressed simplicity. Let's look at the Macintosh and the Internet. First, there are a variety of ways you can access the Internet from a Macintosh. With 10100 base T Ethernet, Macintosh is fast in a network environment and also allows new ways to access the Internet from home with either cable or DSL modems. You can also use the 56K V.90 modem that is built in to access the Internet. And there's another option for connection to the Internet. Apple's AirPort is wireless networking. From the kitchen, den, classroom, hammock, or the treehouse, what could be more amazing than surfing the Internet without wires? AirPort is a result of a collaboration between Apple and Lucent Technologies, a leader in communications. AirPort is a performance powerhouse. The wireless data rate, for instance, is a scorchingly fast 11 megabits per second. Based on the IEEE 802.11 worldwide industry standard, AirPort can also work with other 802.11 based equipment. And because AirPort uses radio signals, AirPort can communicate through walls. AirPort is simple to set up and use because Apple designed the hardware and the software. The AirPort base station includes a 56K modem for your phone line, an Ethernet port for a cable or DSL modem, plus each Mac is ready to go with built-in antennas. The AirPort Setup Assistant walks you through configuring your computer without scary terminology or technical jargon. 10 Macs can share a single AirPort base station from up to 150 feet away. That's half a football field. Every connected user can visit different websites simultaneously. With AirPort, you can wirelessly transfer files from one computer to another. Imagine the possibilities with games. Not only can you play multiplayer games with family members around the house, you can even play with friends across the street. AirPort is affordable. The AirPort card has a suggested retail price of $99, and the AirPort base station has a suggested retail price of $299.
The Macintosh operating system, Mac OS 9, is your Internet co-pilot. Mac OS 9 is designed to make web surfing quicker, safer, and infinitely more rewarding. Mac OS 9 has many great features that will help your customers take full advantage of the power of their Macintosh and the Internet. Let's look at Sherlock. Sherlock enables your customers to use common words and uses multiple search engines simultaneously. It's quick, it's easy, and it's also the easiest way to find people, news, and just about anything on the web. You can shop for books, music, and search auction sites. Sherlock finds the best prices, even checks on product availability. Sherlock lets your customers look at all kinds of information. Results are shown in an easy-to-read window. Users just double-click on the result and immediately their browser goes to the page that has the information they're looking for. Now, if your customers are looking to find someone, Sherlock helps them find their mailing address, phone number, and even email. Sherlock is your customer search detective and personal shopper on the Internet.
Hi, my name is Mike Shabanik. I'm the Product Marketing Manager for iMac. Glad that you're with me today. I want to tell you a few things that you'll want to know about this new computer. So why are customers buying the iMac? Well, the first and most important thing you'll want to remember is that the I in iMac stands for Internet. And the iMac is all about getting on the Internet quickly and easily. The iMac also represents simplicity. It's one of the easiest computers to set up and to use, and of course, get on the Internet. iMac also represents Apple Computer, and customers know Apple as a high-quality, well-known brand name. And of course, iMac represents our least expensive entry-level price point, so customers can afford to buy a great brand. iMac also represents making movies, and in fact, the iMac DV models have features built in that let customers take video from their camcorder and create professional-looking movies at home. iMac's also great for families. It's great for kids in school. It provides applications and features that'll be great for people working at home. It's even a great small business computer. And of course, iMac runs Mac OS 9. And Mac OS 9 delivers the ability to work for multiple users at the same time. So everyone in the family can have their own workspace. So there's three things that I want you to remember as you're telling customers about the iMac. The first is the excitement of the Internet. Second, the simplicity of Macintosh. And third, the magic of Hollywood. Now, in part one, we'll talk about the excitement of the Internet and the simplicity of Macintosh. In part two, we'll pick up on the idea of the magic of Hollywood. So let's take a moment and talk about what we mean by the excitement of the Internet. The first thing about getting on the internet is actually getting connected, and every iMac is ready to get connected as fast as anybody could want to be. First of all, we have a 10100 base T Ethernet port built right in, so you can attach to things like cable modems or DSL modems, really high-speed access to the internet. For a lot of folks, getting on the internet means getting connected through a telephone line, and of course, every iMac has a 56K modem built right in. We also have something that no one else offers, an optional 11 megabits per second AirPort option. This is for wireless access to the internet. Now, when a customer turns on the iMac for the very first time, they're going to see something unique. This is called the Setup Assistant. And this is an interactive process where the customer learns about how to use their iMac, but also gets configured as they watch. So with iMac, you can get connected and get set up. The world is yours. And with every iMac, customers can take advantage of great services offered on the internet like iReview, iCards, and iTools. So with iMac, you can get connected easily, you can get set up at home in an instant using the Setup Assistant, and with internet services from Apple, there's just so much they can do. Now, the first thing customers will see when they take home their iMac is the setup poster. And what's really great is the setup poster doesn't have any words on it at all. In fact, it's just 6 pictures. Anybody can set up an iMac in just a few seconds. We also talked about smart design. Now, the iMac, of course, is well known for looking cool and having great colors, but there's a lot more to it than that. In fact, one of the things that's so interesting about the iMac is something you won't even see or even hear. No iMac has a fan inside. That may sound simple, but what it means is it's very quiet, so it fits in any room in the house, never interferes with someone on a telephone call, lets you talk at a normal voice level when you're on the phone or talking with someone in the room. We've also designed all of the features so that they're very easy to access. So if you look at the front panel of an iMac, you'll see that the speakers are built right in. And we did it on purpose because by positioning the speakers correctly in front of the user, we know we can create a great stereo image. We've also included 2 headphone jacks, so if 2 kids want to play, say, a loud game, they can both plug in headphones, play that game, and not bother anybody else in the room. The iMac also has something very unique, a slot loading drive. So there's no caddies to fumble with, there's no trays to break off. The disk just goes right in smoothly and simply. Every iMac has a 15-inch CRT display, and this isn't a traditional CRT. This CRT is extremely high refresh rate, which means it's very crisp, very solid image. Now on the side of the iMac, we've grouped together all of the I/O connectors, or ports, so that you can have great expansion. And we use technologies that are all digital. So we have USB, we have FireWire, Ethernet is built in there as well in the modem. Great expansion. These technologies allow you to add hundreds of devices. We've also included something very special. On the bottom of every iMac is a door. The door doesn't require any tools to open. In fact, you can just use a coin you have in your pocket, turn the handle, and the door will pop down. Inside, you can access the memory bays and the slot for the AirPort wireless networking card. Every iMac can hold up to a ½ gig of RAM using standard PC100 memory. And in fact, this door is so simple that customers are encouraged to upgrade their machine themselves. They don't have to take it to a technical service center. And with every iMac, customers will receive a great collection of software for the internet, for productivity, and for entertainment. We include browsers from Netscape and Microsoft. We include an email application, and we include software to get them connected to the internet. We also include AppleWorks. This is an application that integrates word processing, a spreadsheet, database, painting, and graphics all in one. So it's very simple to use, but very powerful. Quicken Deluxe is also included, and we include Fax STF, so you can send and receive faxes from home to other computers with a fax modem or a traditional fax machine. We also include iMovie for making great digital movies at home. There's a couple of games included as well, and these are great for demonstration because they really show off the ATI Rage 128 graphics processor that's built into every Macintosh. The game's called Bugdom. I encourage you to give it a try. Now, the iMac is a fun computer, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun selling it. But don't forget, you can also sell a lot of peripherals with the iMac. We've used technologies like USB and FireWire, which are cross-platform. This means a lot of the devices that have been designed for use with PCs will also work with the iMac. So, for example, USB printers or USB scanners, digital cameras, USB disk drives can all be used with the iMac as well. In fact, you can even attach things like the AirPort card and base station, which allow the iMac to access the internet wirelessly or share an internet account among many computers in the home. But don't forget, too, we also have FireWire, and this allows customers to attach DV camcorders to bring video in and use with iMovie so they can create great professional-looking movies at home. And the iMac's a great game machine, allowing you to complete the sell by selling things like game controllers as well. Now, why are customers buying iMac? Let's take a moment and review. The iMac is all about the internet, and most every customer that wants to buy an iMac wants to get the iMac to get on the internet. iMac is also the simplest, easiest to use personal computer. Many customers are going to appreciate that, particularly if they're first-time computer buyers. The iMac is also from Apple, representing a high-quality, well-known name brand, but offering a product that they can afford at a very low price. With iMac DV, they can also make movies using their personal computer to pick the perfect moments of their life and make them look professional in a finished product. The iMac's also great for the entire family. We include applications for both kids and adults, for home business, or just for entertainment. And the iMac includes macOS 9, which allows multiple users to use the same machine, yet maintain their own personal space and their own personal preferences. Now, the three things I want you to focus on as you speak with customers about the iMac, let's go over them again: the excitement of the internet, the magic of Hollywood, and the simplicity of Macintosh. I think you're going to have a great time selling iMac. I think you now have the tools you need to sell it effectively. So good luck and good selling.
Hi, and welcome to part 2 of Apple Training. Last time we were together, we discussed the Apple branding story, some common misconceptions about the Macintosh, and began the iMac stories. Now, if you missed this, make sure you take the time to view the first tape. It will give you some great information that will enable you to better serve your customers. Now, today, we'll discuss the exciting area of making desktop movies. We'll be using the iMac DV with iMovie software to show you how you can effectively demo iMovie to your customers. Then, we'll cover the iMac To Go, the iBook. Now, for the magic of Hollywood, iMac DV.
Now let's talk about the magic of Hollywood. And what we mean by that is being able to play movies as well as make them. To play movies, we've included on all of the DV models a DVD-ROM drive. Now, this is a slot-loading drive. You put the disc in just like you would in a car stereo. It just goes right in and allows you to play DVD movies that you're all familiar with. You can access special features. You can listen to the different soundtracks. And in fact, to get customers started, we're even including a Bug's Life DVD in every box. To go along with this, you'll want to remember a special, unique accessory from Harman Kardon that goes specifically with the iMac. This is called the Harman Kardon iSub. And it extends the speaker system that's built into the iMac. It doesn't replace it, but it adds to it to deliver great low thumping bass, both for movies, for MP3, for CD playback. Just makes great games sound fantastic as well. Now, every DV model also includes a technology called FireWire. FireWire has some great features. It's plug and play, so you don't have to configure it or spend extra time twiddling with switches and plugs and connectors. It's extremely fast at 400 megabits per second, which means you can transfer lots of information, whether it's from a FireWire hard drive or from a DV camcorder. It's expandable, so you can add lots and lots of devices up to 63. But one of the things that makes FireWire so interesting, particularly on the DV models, is digital video. This is a quality of video that's very near broadcast quality. And what makes it special is only one cable is required to connect between the camera and the computer, which carries audio and video and actually allows the computer, through iMovie software, to control the camera remotely from the screen. Now, a lot of companies provide different types of these digital video features in their products, but what makes iMac special is how seamlessly and how simply it brings all of them together. So we include QuickTime, we include FireWire, we include the FireWire cable in the box with the computer, and the iMovie software, which is unique and definitely a breakthrough product. iMovie allows you to create your own classics, to write, to direct, to produce your own professional quality movies. In fact, it lets you pick and choose just those perfect moments in all of the footage that you shoot, so your movies look just like television or the cinema. So let's take just a few minutes and actually create an iMovie ourselves. Now what I've got here is an iMac DV with FireWire built in, a FireWire camcorder cable which is included with the iMac DV, and a DV camcorder. The first thing I want to do is launch iMovie. The icon is on the desktop, so it's very easy for anyone to find. And I'll plug in the FireWire cable to the camcorder. iMovie will automatically sense that the camera is connected, and in fact, I've already placed the tape inside where I've previously shot footage. I click the Import button, and it will automatically sense each of the scenes where I've stopped and started, bring them into iMovie, and sort them out, placing them in individual areas on the shelf called bins. Now in this case, I've got 6 clips that I've recorded. This is Wiggles getting his bath, and it was filmed, of course, by a terrific family with all the kids and mom and dad involved. I'm going to pick out the scenes that I want to use in particular and throw the other scenes away that may not be so interesting. So I'll start with scene number 3, just dragging and dropping it from the shelf down into the timeline. I'll pick out scene number 4, pick out another scene, and follow it with the final scene here. So what I've done is I've actually rearranged the movie into the appropriate order. Now at the beginning of a movie, I'd like to have a title. So I will click on the title button, and I'll be allowed to pick from a variety of different title styles. In this case, I'll pick a centered large title. And the title of my movie will be Wiggles Gets a Bath. I can type the name right here. When I've got it all set, I just drag the image of the title and place it in the timeline where I'd like it to appear. In this case, at the beginning of the movie. Now, iMovie will actually render or create brand new digital video quality scenes of that title. What's great about iMovie is it will render that while I'm working on other things, so I never have to slow down. I'm going to put some scrolling credits at the end, so I'll pick that out of the list here. There's rolling credits. And I've already typed in some of the text previously. In this case, I'll preview it on the big screen here so we can see what that's going to look like. I think it looks really great. It looks just like a professional movie. When I've got what I want, I drag it to the back of my movie, and now I have the titles at the beginning and the scrolling credits at the end. So I want to focus now on the content of my movie, and I'm going to edit a particular scene that I know runs a little bit long. So I'll select scene number 6, and in this case, Sarah is spraying the camerawoman, Mom, and we want to take that portion of the film out of our movie. So I'll stop the playhead about the point at which I want to end the scene. I'll click underneath and drag to select the latter portion of the scene that I no longer want. In the Edit menu, I can choose Cut to remove that footage from my movie, and I've made a simple splice or edit to the film. One of the things that makes movies so much fun are the soundtracks. And so I've placed an audio CD in the iMac, and iMovie is able to read that CD and allow me to take one of those tracks of music and lay it underneath my movie video as it were a soundtrack. So I think I've selected track number 8 as an appropriate soundtrack for this movie. So I'll click the music button, select track number 8, and then drag it to the timeline. And you'll notice the timeline changes automatically, showing me the 3 different tracks that I have for a movie. The video track, the sound effects track, and the music track. And you can see here on the screen that iMovie is now importing digitally the audio from a traditional music CD. It takes just a moment, and it will show up in the timeline on the bottom. Now the soundtrack is a little bit longer than my movie. So what I'll need to do is trim the soundtrack a bit. I'll choose the right-hand side of it and drag to the left and match it up with the edge or the end of my video collection. In fact, iMovie is even able to help me bring the music up and then lower it down at the end. So I'll choose Fade In, so it fades in correctly at the beginning of the music and fades out at the end. So I've edited my text, I've created titles, and I've added a soundtrack. One of the other things that makes the iMovie movie so professional looking are transitions. So I'll click the transition button, and this will allow me to choose from many different professional looking effects moving from scene to scene. I'm going to choose one called a radial, and we will preview it on this clip here where we're washing the dog. Let's take a look at that one. You can see it looks somewhat like a clock turning around the screen. To put that effect in, I just drag the effect's name and put it in between the 2 scenes where I want the effect to take place. And again, iMovie is able to render that on the fly while I'm working on other things. So I've pretty much put my movie together. To view the movie, I just move the playhead back to the beginning in the monitor window and press play, and now we can enjoy our movie with all of our titles, sound effects, and professional transitions. You can see iMovie is very simple and a lot of fun to use. I know you're going to have a great time showing this to your customers.
Hi, I'm Dave Russell, Director of Product Marketing for the iBook at Apple. You know, when we were first inventing the consumer portable, we asked our customers what they were looking for in a new portable from Apple. And what they really told us is that they were looking for an iMac to go. They valued all the simplicity of the Macintosh, its ease of use, and especially the ability to get on the internet very, very quickly. So we created the iBook, and we think we did the right thing. Because in the first quarter of shipping iBook, it became the #1 selling portable in U.S. retail distribution last holiday season, and has continued to be a tremendous success since then. iBook incorporates all the excitement of the internet, plus the simplicity of the Macintosh, coupled with the portability of a consumer product called the iBook. Let's talk about who buys the iBook. We found that more than 3/4 of the people buying the iBook are using it in the home or for a home-based business. And we find that better than 50% of those people report that this is the very first portable they've ever had in the home. That's important. And more than 15% of these people, it's the very first computer they've ever owned. It's important for you and it's important for us to be able to bring new customers into the Apple fold. And the iBook is doing just that. It's fantastic. So then we ask these customers, why are they actually buying the iBook? We're constantly in the process of improving the product, and we want to know what they're using it for. Not surprisingly, 90% of the people or more are buying the iBook to access the internet. That's just great, because 2/3 of them report that they've set up their iBook, taken it out of the box, gotten on the web, and are surfing in less than 30 minutes. That's just fantastic for a new user. Let's talk about the product a little bit. You know, iBook really is a feast for the senses. It's just a gorgeous machine. A couple of different colors here on the special edition, graphite and ice. Also, the product comes in 2 other colors, tangerine and blueberry. All have been fantastically successful. You'll notice that the product has a handle, because we think portables should be portable. The colored material here is actually rubber. Why is that? Not just for the aesthetic beauty of it, but also because it adds some durability. We know this product is going to be beat up a little bit, it's going to be set down hard. So this part of the product here, being rubber, is up to 4 times thicker than a normal notebook, kind of like a 5-mile-an-hour bumper on your car. And that rubber goes all the way around to the back of the product here, which does a couple of things. It makes it so it doesn't slip off your lap, doesn't go falling off the table if somebody gives it a little bit of a push. Really, really sweet product. The handle itself is one of the most rugged aspects in the entire product, because inside every one of those is reinforced magnesium rods, so that you can really abuse this product that way, and it's not going to fail you. Let's talk a little bit about what comes in the machine. On every iBook, there's a 56K modem built in for surfing the web through dial-up phone lines. Also, 10 100 megabit per second RJ45 Ethernet connector built into every one for high-speed networking or connection of a cable or DSL modem if you so prefer. Next to that is a USB connector bundled with every iBook. That's great for connecting a printer or a scanner, digital camera, rotating media like a zip drive or a super drive, any of those peripherals. Next to that is 16-bit stereo headphone out, so you can connect headphones or powered speakers. On the other side of the product is what we call the power ring. That's where the power adapter plugs in. And we thought different about this product. We even thought different about the power adapter. It's great to have a portable that fits nicely in your backpack or your briefcase. Then you usually stick a power adapter in there, and you've got a lot of cables and a lot of other mess. Not as portable as we'd like it to be. So this is sort of like a nice little spool yo-yo, just sort of winds up if you want to. And when you plug the power adapter into the iBook here, the power ring around there glows green when the battery is fully charged, or amber while it's charging. It takes about 2 hours to charge an iBook battery from completely drained to 100% charged. So as beautiful as the iBook is on the outside, the real performance story is on the inside. The iBook Special Edition is powered by a 366 megahertz PowerPC G3 processor. The Blueberry and Tangerine models are powered by 300 megahertz PowerPC G3s. All iBooks get up to 6 hours of battery life. That is just unprecedented in the industry. What that means is you can take the iBook with you to school or wherever you are, and the battery will stay charged during the day, allowing you to do all of your work on a single charge. recharge it when you get home at night. That's fantastic. You'll also notice the display. Crisp, brilliant, 12.1-inch TFT active matrix display. It's very important for playing high-speed games or surfing the web, pulling down moving images, etc. With that kind of a display, those images will remain crisp and bright and they won't blur while you're watching them. As long as you have a TFT display, you really should be driving it with a high-speed graphics controller. So the iBook comes complete with the ATI Rage Mobility graphics controller with 4 megabytes of video memory dedicated to displaying graphics on screen. Every iBook model comes complete with 64 megabytes of SD-RAM built in, expandable to a maximum of 320 megabytes, enough horsepower to do anything you need. Every model also comes with a 6 gigabyte hard drive and a 24x speed CD-ROM drive. As I've talked about the ports earlier, 10100 megabit per second fast Ethernet is built into every one of them, modem if that's the way you prefer to surf the web, and also you'll notice a couple of things on the side of the display here. Those are a pair of antennas built into every iBook. iBook comes airport ready for the optional 11 megabit per second wireless networking card. Simply a $99 option allows you to keep this machine completely untethered. No AC adapter plugged in, no phone line plugged into the wall to trip over. You can be up to 150 feet away from an airport base station and still be surfing the web or wirelessly doing your internet with the airport. Let's talk about iBook expansion for just a minute. We knew that the two most popular upgrade options for the iBook would be the airport wireless networking card and adding more memory to the machine. Very, very simple. We also knew users would want to be able to do that in the comfort of their own home. So we made both of those options user upgradable. I'm going to take you through that real quickly. One note, however, if a customer is looking for memory to upgrade their iBook, what they really want to buy is an 1.25 SO-DIMM PC100 memory stick for the iBook. Industry standard, available lots of places. Now I'm going to show you how to put an airport card in and where the memory goes inside the machine. It's very simple to do this. Simply withdraw these two tabs on the keyboard, which then flops up. Withdraw the keyboard, revealing this area where the airport card goes. Underneath that is where the memory goes. Simply remove these two Phillips head screws with a screwdriver, put the memory in underneath that plate. If you forget how to do that, there's a little label underneath the keyboard of every iBook that shows you exactly where the memory goes and how to install the airport wireless networking card. So let's do that right now. Very simple, very easy, compact little unit. Simply pull back the little wire bail, lift out the antenna cable, plug that antenna cable into the airport card. Then slide the airport card into its little slot, just like that. Reinsert the little wire bail, pop the keyboard back in place, put the little tabs back down. You're ready to surf wirelessly. Let's talk about iBook software for just a moment. Every iBook comes bundled with all the software you're going to need to get up and running right out of the box. It has internet software, productivity applications, and entertainment software bundled on the hard drive, pre-configured, ready to go. In terms of the internet, there's a browser from Microsoft called Internet Explorer and an email package called Outlook Express. From Apple comes AppleWorks, a fantastic productivity application with a word processor, presentation package, etc. built in. And there's also a couple of games for your entertainment. Take the excitement of the internet, wrap it up with the simplicity of the Macintosh, put it in a portable package called the iBook. You've got an iMac to go. Good luck and good selling.